Hi, everyone. My policy memorandum advocates for the strengthening of regional institutions to ensure sustainable hydropower development in the Amazon basin. The Amazon basin is the largest drainage basin in the world, encompassing a total area of approximately 7 million square kilometers. It's located across 9 countries in northern and central South America and begins in the Andes Mountains to the west and drains to the Atlantic Ocean to the east. The total length of the Amazon River is 4,000 miles, and it has over 1,100 tributaries, 17 of which are longer than 930 miles. Experts estimate that there are approximately 2,500 to 5,000 different species of fish within the Amazon basin, which we know is famous for its rich diversity and cultural resources. Hydropower accounts for over 70% of electricity in Latin America and over 80% of electricity in Brazil. Abundant water resources, combined with increased economic affluence in the region, make the Amazon basin an attractive location for the development of cheap hydropower. In 2018, over 150 hydropower dams were completed, and another 160 dams were proposed within the basin. According to some sources, up to two-thirds of the hydro potential remains untapped in Brazil alone. So when you imagine the over 1,000 tributaries from the Amazon River, there is a lot of opportunities for the continued development of hydropower in the entire basin as well. This slide shows two controversial dams that were constructed on tributaries of the Amazon River. I just wanted to direct your attention to the slide or the picture to the bottom right, which shows the vast impacts from construction of the Belamonte Mega Dam. As shown in the picture on the previous slide, and as we've discussed throughout the semester as it pertains to the GERD, the development of hydropower dams can result in a series of negative environmental and social externalities. As part of my research agenda, I reviewed a series of literature that discusses existing policy and institutional frameworks related to hydropower development in the Amazon basin. I came up with a series of problem statements which I feel represent the shortcomings of existing policy, and I ultimately concluded that existing regional institutions need to implement more safeguards for the protection of the environment and people from the hydropower industry. Because this is ultimately a transboundary water management issue, I decided my targeted audience would be the Amazon Cooperation Treaty Organization, or ACTA, which was created in 1995 to implement the goals of the Treaty of 1978, which advocated for sustainable development in the region and to create a political dialogue and regional cooperation amongst the 8 member states. In 2017, the Amazon Strategic Action Program, or SAP, which is a regional strategy for IWRM in the region, was adopted, and in 2020, in partnership with the UN Environmental Program and Global Environmental Facility, ACTO announced that they would begin implementing the initiatives stated in the SAP. Following a literature review and review of the ACTO framework, I felt as though the ACTO fails to take a strong enough stance against the hydropower industry, and that the Strategic Action Plan, while a good start, is really just a loose set of guidelines and intentions, but fails to have any real teeth in promoting environmental and social best practices. As far as my policy recommendations go, my first recommendation was that the ACTO and UN Environmental Program Partnership acknowledged the need for a rigorous review process, inclusive of environmental impact statements and social impact assessments, during the site selection and project review phase for all major infrastructure projects, including hydropower dams, and integrate this process into the strategic action plan's strategic actions. My second recommendation is that the ACTO and UN create an interagency advisory council consisting of individual member states as well as representatives from various stakeholder groups to conduct reviews and third-party oversight of proposed energy projects. My third recommendation is that the ACTO and UN should adopt an ambitious monitoring and evaluation plan, inclusive of a set of milestones and benchmarks, and a mechanism for each member country to report on national progress, as well as create more opportunities for effective cooperation of nations via exchange of data with other member states.